This is the 2003, close to 500,000 mile Volkswagen Jetta Wagon TDI, 1.9 liter right here. Just bought it, has a blown head gasket because the water pump seized up. So today we're gonna start tearing this all apart. We're gonna get the head off, time belt off, turbo off, also needs to be replaced due to the veins seizing in the turbo. Other than that, we got some work ahead of us to get going on this. Pretty clean. It's a PA/Virginia car. So did not see the salt we see up here in Vermont. Beautiful for 500,000 miles. I mean, close to. We got 434,000, so we'll get there. It's gonna be my new commuter car. I need something more fuel efficient. So I wanna go over with you guys before I start tearing this thing apart, kind of the reason I bought this car. All the calipers, brake pads, brake rotors have been replaced all the way around. New bushings, new bone right here. Tectonics exhaust system, 3-inch all the way back here. Eventually, I plan to do something about this coming out underneath. I would like it to come out the back, but of course we have a wagon here, so this is gonna have to get cut a little bit, the metal up here. But obviously future things, let's get the thing running first. Some new calipers back here and everything. So I mean, pretty rust-free car for the amount of miles and being in kind of the northeast part of the States. Got some oil leaks up here. There's a couple of things to address. We have used to be an automatic, it is a 5-speed now. So we have the automatic power steering lines right here that are going to have to be replaced at some point. Obviously not a super big deal. We also have the automatic TDI wiring harness. So I got to replace that at some point with the manual wiring harness. Other than that, the car is just clean, brand new tires all the way around. The worst of the rust is probably right here on the passenger side rocker right here. We'll clean that up, get it fixed eventually. But other than that, we're looking at a pretty clean car. So just to show you guys here, this is that owner's manual I was talking about here. It's got all the little tabs, index, 1, 2, 3, 4, all that stuff, table of contents, all this, bunch of paperwork over there, receipts, stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, how do you say no? And then it's got this nice Kenwood single-din radio, heated seats, cloths, interior, 5-speed of course. Yeah, let's get this thing going. Gotta reattach the rearview mirror somehow. It's just sitting in the back seat right now. Somewhere, yep, right there. And we'll get that reattached. Small things at a time. Front bumper, there's a lot of plans, but let's get this thing running and on the road first. So the head is now off the car. Actually looks super clean underneath. I mean, the head was like entirely rebuilt and machined less than 1,000 miles ago. That water pump seized and blew the head gasket. So we're gonna check and make sure everything's straight on this. I don't see any cracks. So we're just checking for warping. This turbo's coming off, getting replaced here. The veins inside the turbo have seized kind of, so it does still move a little bit, but not enough. And we might as well upgrade it while we have it out here anyways. Obviously we have that nice cam. Gotta take off, we're gonna measure the lobes, figure out exactly which cam that is. Other than that, the head itself looks super good. So yeah, that's all looking good. We'll get this all refinished again and ready to go back on the motor after we make sure everything is straight and not cracked. Here is the aftermath of pulling that cylinder head. And to be honest, these cylinder walls and pistons look phenomenal for a 430,000 mile block right here. So that is all looking good. We're gonna be, the EGR cooler, it's in the trunk, I'll show you in a minute. We're deleting that and the EGR system, so we're gonna get a new pipe that goes from the coolant flange here on the back of the head up to the heater core right here where the EGR cooler actually went up to. So we'll get that all replaced and delete the EGR system because we do not care about that. Put most of the parts back here in the back of the trunk area. So we got our valve cover, it's the head gasket that blue. You can kind of see the areas where it went through and the coolant was going through, especially right there between cylinders. Mostly 1 and 2 right there, it looks like. But nothing too bad. I mean, the car drove. So we have, this is the EGR cooler, deleting this whole system. This is that pipe that went to the heater core itself. Getting rid of all of that. This is the new intake. We gotta try and retrofit to make work. It's the old one, so figure that out when it's all back together. Not a huge deal. There is some parts I'm going to have to order for this, because like the oil return line for the turbo is pretty shot. So I'm gonna get that replaced. Other than that, everything is looking a lot better than I was expecting. So didn't take long. I'm really happy about this 1.9. It's gonna be the first video, and hopefully we'll make some more when the parts start showing up and we can get it all back together and running. Have a good one, guys.